Let's get started. Today we're going to continue our exploration of the percents and look at it again in a very practical way. Where yesterday we looked at sales tax and markup and tip. Today we're going to talk more about the other side. Those were all added to the total cost. We're going to talk about discount, which is the idea. The opposite side is the dis, so it's going to take it away from the cost. It's going to remove that. So it's all going to be subtraction. Now towards the end we're going to tie it all together with both some markup and sales tax and discount and things like that. So we can explore what it would look like in a more real world setting. But today we're going to work starting with just discount. So to start off, I kind of want to just think about what this looks like in a visual idea. So if we take a look at our first problem, its DVD normally costs $22, okay? That's 100% of the price. So this considered is 100%. This is what I'm typically going to pay if I walk into whatever store. This week, though, they're on sale for 25% off its original price. What is the sales price? So like we were talking about at the very beginning of the video, it talks about the discount removes cost. So when we're working on a problem like this, since I'm asking for a sales price, it's very similar to working with sales tax and markup. But instead of adding it to 100% of the cost, we're actually going to remove the number. So instead of paying 100%, so instead of paying 100%, which is $22, I'm going to remove 25% of that cost. So instead of paying 100% of my cost, I'm only going to pay 75% of my original value. Where I'm going to take and go, okay, 22 times 75%. And I'm actually going to make this even easier on myself. I'm going to do it by hand, no calculator right now, because this one's a pretty quick and easy problem. I'm going to go 75 times 22 to make multiplication even easier. There's my decimal point. So 0, 15, 0, 0, 5, 1. So when I add these together, I get $16.50, and that's the total cost after the 25% discount. So it allows me to kind of go, okay, how can I take my numbers away? Now, there are other ways to do this. There are plenty of ways to do this, but I prefer this method just because it allows us to get the final cost in one step. We even can do a lot of this in our head. We wouldn't need to write this down necessarily. We would just need to think about it. Go, okay, 100 minus 25, that's 75. 75 times 22 gives us our total cost after the discount. So you're saving yourself about, let's see, the math would be 22 minus 16, so about $5.50. Not a bad savings. Okay. All right, now let's take a look. I want you guys to try this one. The box of golf balls normally sells for $20. This week it's on sale for 30% off of the original price. What is the sales price of the set? So I've got so many different ways to think about this, but I'm going to keep working with it in the same way we looked at the last problem. We could say, okay, so we know that this is 100% of my price, 20% is 100% of my total price, okay? So of that, I'm going to actually spend 70% of it. I'm going to spend 70% of my total cost to get my answer. So it's 20 times 0.7. And again, that one I can do pretty quick in my head. That's $14. So it's going to cost me $14 for my set of golf balls versus $20. Nice little savings of $6. Now, this is the idea of our next step. So how do we do a sales price? And then we still have to pay tax on what our sales price is. But the key to this is thinking order of operations. This boogie board is a regular price of $69. It's on sale for a 35% discount. What is my sales price with tax? So this one's a little different. You can't just come in and go, oh, okay, well, 100 minus 35 plus 7. So this person's going to pay, that's 65. So they're going to pay plus 7. And then they're going to pay 72% of the cost. That's not how that just breaks down and works out. It'd be kind of nice if it was that simple, but it's not, because that would be 72% of the original price. This tax is on the sales price only. So to set up a problem like this, I'm going to have to do, and again, I can do this in my head, that's 65%, $69 times the decimal equivalent of 65%, then multiply that by 1.07, just like we looked at last time, okay? Because I need to do this first, okay? I need to be able to solve this first because that's going to give me the total cost and the cost of the item before taxes, and then I can multiply it times taxes. So this one I am going to break out the calculator for. 69 times 0.65. So it's going to cost me $44.85 for the cost, and now I need to find it with the sales tax, so 100% of the total cost and 7% sales tax. Says now my answer comes out to this $47.98.95. So $47.98.95. So again, we talked about this briefly yesterday, but I want to reiterate. Sales companies are out there to make money. They're not going to round this down, and you wouldn't anyways. But they're going to say the cost is $47.99. So I'm going to spend $47.99 on for total price out the door with tax. For a $69 surfboard, I'm only going to spend $48 pretty much. I mean, obviously 1 penny less, but that gives us an idea. That's a pretty good discount. It's your turn to give us one try. Sandra is buying decorations for the party. She wants to buy a set of balloons. The original cost of the balloons is $39, but the store is offering a 25% discount. What is the sales price of the balloons, including that 5.75% tax rate? All right, so again, we're going to set this up pretty similar as with last problem. $39 times 75 hundredths. That's the decimal equivalent of our total price after the discount. This time, instead of multiplying by 1.07, it's 1.0575. So let's figure this out. 39 times 0.75. So they're going to pay $29.25. That's going to be the discounted price. Now she's going to have to pay her tax on top of that. So again, I get this really long number, but I would round it to $30. Now, here's what the number is. So 30.9318. Again, companies are out there to make money. Yes, they should technically round to 39.3, but a lot of them will go, okay, well, it's $30.94. So we're going to just practice whenever we're doing a problem like this, whether it's rounding correctly or not, we're going to practice rounding up. Remember, the companies are not going to try to save you money. They're going to want to make more money. So mainly because they don't want to pay that extra 0.0018 tax or whatever to the company and not keep that cost. So they're going to charge you that extra penny to cover that cost. Okay? All right, so let's take a look at this one. Now we're kind of coming back out here. Now this is the other side. Now I have the other idea. A cell phone was on sale for 30% of the original off. If the sale price was $239.89, what is the original cost? So I'm actually going to have to go the other way around. Okay? I'm going to have to work it differently. So I know what I've been doing is the original price, okay, times the discount, which in this case would have been 70%, 0.7. That equals the sales price, right? So let's plug in what we know here. So we don't know the original, so we're going to call that X. We still know 70%. We know that's not going to change, but this time it's going to equal 239.89. So how do we solve an equation like this? We simply divide both sides by 0.7. So 239.89 divided by 0.7 tells us the original cost of my cell phone was $342.70. And you can always really check this real quickly by multiplying it by 0.7 and seeing if you come up with the same answer, which is exactly what we come up with. So the sales price, the original price of our cell phone was $342.70. So, but again, a lot of it comes down to thinking our way through what have we been doing overall and then working our way backwards. All right, it's your turn to figure this out. Rosa buys a cell phone. She got a really good deal. It's 60% off. If the sales price was $79.89, or sorry, $79.98, what was the original cost? All right, so you would have set this up as original, which we don't know, so we'll X. We know the sales cost is 60% off, so it means she only paid 40% of the total price. So I'm going to write 0.4 instead of 0.40. And that equals $79.98. So I divide by 0.4, and I find out that the original price was $199.95. She got an amazing deal on that cell phone. Instead of it being a $200 phone, she only paid a little under $80. Now that's a great deal. I need to go shopping with Rosa. All right. So last one, we have multi-step problems. Okay. So this is where it comes into play as we start thinking our way through it. Where's the better deal? Lots of stores have the same items. Lots of stores sell the same things. Target, Walmart, Amazon. Who's got the better price? If they both are on sale, is the sale, if it's got a higher price and a greater sale, is it better price? So you got to do your due diligence, your thinking beforehand. So a problem like this might be something you kind of come into. So Clothes R Us and the Ratcliffes are having sales. The Clothes R Us sells a pair of sneakers as on sale for 40% of the regular price, off the regular price of $50. So it'd be 50 times 0.6 to give us our sales price. And then at Ratcliffe's, the same exact brand of sneakers is discounted 30% off of its original price of $40. So 0.7. And now I'm going to see who's got the better deal. Well, I'm not even going to bother getting out my calculator for this one because I know this one is $30 and this one is $28. Okay. So we're going to see which store has the better price. Well, Ratcliffe's has the better price. So because 30 is greater than that, but I want the lower price when I'm buying things. So I'm going to say Ratcliffe's has the better price. Right? All right. Your turn to figure it out. Take a minute, pause the video, and see what you come up with. All right, so let's see if we can figure out. So Jean Express is here. This one is Clothes Galore, CG. So Jeans Express sells a pair of jeans for $35 for its original price. And it's 25% off, so that's multiplied by 0.75. And then we have Clothing Galore that has a sale, it costs more, but has it on sale for a greater value. It's times 0.7. So again, this one we just did a moment ago. We know it's $28. The next one we did this one, and it comes out to be $26.25. So we can definitely say that Jean Express is going to be our answer as having the much better price. Sorry, capital E. Okay. So if you have questions, please feel free to reach out and ask. I'd be happy to help you. Have a great day.